This is EFTM, everything for the man. Motoring, everything for the man.
Welcome to EFTM. This is our first look at the BMW i8. I don't know what to call this, Bowen. Supercar, sports car, hybrid car. It's a kind of confusing piece of absolute car porn.
I'm confused about the fact that two roughheads such as ours have weaseled our way into such an amazing vehicle, which you have seen in Mission Impossible and in a concept form which has now been brought to life, and here we are. You are right, Trev. What is this? Is this a Tesla with a combustion engine? Is it the future of hybrids? Is it a supercar? Well, it's none of the above, really.
Because it looks like a supercar. I think let's start on the outside. It looks absolutely magnificent. I don't think we've driven anything that turns as many heads.
No, it's embarrassing almost. I mean, I find that when I'm driving it, you just look straight ahead because you can just feel the eyes prying everywhere.
It is. It's just people are looking and turning. So the outside is absolute beauty. It feels like it's been designed to just look awesome.
Yes.
Power-wise, we've got, and I'm not going to go into the details, but there's an electric motor in the front, there's a combustion motor in the back, so it's theoretically four-wheel drive when you're using all of the power available, but it's not exactly stunningly quick. I mean, a Tesla's faster in terms of electric cars, and certainly there's much faster supercars.
It lacks a certain rawness and soul which you find in cars like the Nissan GTR. There's no doubt that when you fang this car around a track, which we did, you certainly hustle along at a fair rate, but it just doesn't feel like you're on the edge, like you're in any sort of danger. It feels computerized and very controlled. It's
not like you're at one with the car as a kind of sports vehicle that you feel like you could set a hot lap time in. It feels amazing, like it feels super fast, but you know, it's a bit of understeer. It's not exactly the most amazingly sorted car of its look.
No, look, I've got to say, it's got the traditional BMW layout.
Beautiful.
If you've sat in a BMW, you'd instantly feel at home. It's just as good as the 3 Series. The cruise along the streets like you are at this sort of pace, 30 kilometers an hour. It's like an everyday sedan.
I think that's what I like about it, is it is very easy to drive. Now, let's be clear, the hybrid part of it, it's kind of Volt-like.
Yes.
Yeah, plug-in hybrid. So there is, I think, about 20 kilometers, maybe 30, of pure electric running, and that's it's super quiet. It's very responsive because it's all torque, and you can flick it into just hybrid, that electric mode.
Yep.
Then at speed, the combustion motor can kick in, and of course, when the electrics run out, when the batteries run out, you've got the combustion motor in it. Mate, flick it into sport mode, you're in full combustion. It's what is it, a little 3-cylinder turbocharged?
Yeah, you'll find one in a Mini, and you barely hear it. In fact, you don't hear it at all. A artificial engine noise is generated as you drive along. In fact, sometimes I don't know if I'm hearing the engine or the noise which is being pumped through this fantastic sound system. It's very interesting.
But look, it goes. There's no doubt when you whack it into sports mode, the dash lights up orange, and you do get you get some good sound.
Exactly.
And you get some good power. And to be honest, standing outside it today, watching it go around, it does sound good. It does sound okay. It doesn't sound like an F-Type or a Ferrari.
Correct.
But, so it has this confused sense to it, and I think that's what worries me, because let's be clear, it's $300,000.
Big bucks, big bucks. And for what you get, it's still a beautiful interior. It does feel like you're in a $300,000 car. Would you agree?
No, I totally. Look, when you pull up somewhere and you get the eyes that you get, you 100%. Feel like you're in a $300,000 car. And when you're inside it, I feel like I am absolutely. I mean, let's be clear, the doors go up. It's unconventional in nearly every sense.
It's got those, well, let's call it scissor doors, and entering this car is not exactly the most graceful act.
I don't think we've nailed it yet.
I think you need to reverse in, and that's what we've been doing.
Arse in.
Arse in first. You grab the handle on the door and reverse yourself in. Mind you, we're not exactly athletes, so if you're a little bit more nimble than what we are, you probably wouldn't have such an issue. But Trev, look, acts like a traditional Toyota Camry hybrid, which I've got, as you cruise around the streets. When you do run out of battery power, you have those small little lapses of silent cruising along until the combustion engine kicks in. Great fuel economy. We're averaging about 7.9 kilometers per.
And that's with a bit of fun flogging.
We flogged it. We did flog it, and we smashed.
BMW. but in a responsible manner, in a controlled environment, to be clear. What's interesting about that is when the battery, because this battery ran out when after 20 minutes picked it up, right?
Exactly.
On the highway, it regenerates the battery pretty well. So it's still able to take advantage of. There's 4 kilometers worth of battery power on it right now. Okay.
Exactly.
So in this traffic, it's using the battery power when it can. So it does leave quietly and subtly. It does all those things. Look, aside from that, it is a regular BMW in every sense of the word. All of the in-flight entertainment, as you might call it,
is
pretty darn sensational. It has great camera system. It has has guidance, it has all the other things you'd expect.
Laser headlights.
Laser headlights. Who wouldn't want laser headlights?
They're bright. They're very, very bright.
And that, my friend, is exactly what laser headlights are for.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, this is a stunning car to look at. It's a very impressive car to drive. It's an actual privilege to be part of the one of the first people in the country to drive one, to be honest. Whether or not this is what the future of supercars is, I'm not quite sure. I don't think it is, but it's a step in the right direction.
Look, in talking to people who buy these kind of cars, you know, spend lots of money on cars, it's interesting that its appeal is lost because it may actually be overproduced. They may make too many of them because they want to have this green credential, that it doesn't appeal to the pure, you know, high-end sports car owner. So that's an interesting part of it. I don't know what the market is. I've never really examined the $300,000 market.
So Trevor, at the end of the day, amazing looking vehicle, all very impressive. The hybrid technology with the plug-in ability, but do you need this in a supercar? Is this the future? I don't think so.
I don't think it's the future.
Yeah.
I think it's great that BMW have experimented in this space, but I get back to the fact that the Tesla is an outstanding piece of automotive engineering in its drivetrain, essentially. It lacks a lot as a vehicle. And what is stunning about that is if you combined the kind of Tesla skateboard, which is their, you know, rolling chassis, with what is in here, it would be the ultimate car, right?
The ultimate gadget.
Correct. Ultimate gadget, ultimate car, ultimate supercar, ultimate car porn. And so it's interesting that they kind of haven't nailed it. So it's a great first leap, and I'm sure they'll do very well with it because people want to be seen driving something like this. It's probably okay to be driving one like it is to drive a Prius, you know, in terms of LA kind of Hollywood style. Style
over substance, Trev, that's what it is. It's a fantasy for many will fall for it. Don't think we did though.
Look, I don't have 300 grand, so it's not really, the good thing is it's not really in the equation.
It's not even within our ballpark.
Can I tell you, if I had 300 grand?
Oh, there's so many other choices. Get a GTR, 180. Got plenty more to spend.
I'd go Jag.
Jag, F-Type. Well, there you go. There's our conclusion. Great car. Well done, BMW. Very impressive.
Love the technology. We'll do the same with the i3 because I think that's something stunning inside, and that's a little bit more fully electric, if you like. But the i8 is beautiful. It's just not for me.
Not for me either.